Hello everyone, thank you for joining me. My name is Audra, and today we're going to be working on a piece I named Balance of Nature. This design originally started in my sketchbook. I was looking at images of blue chanterelle mushrooms, and I ended up coming up with this design of a mushroom balancing based off of the blue chanterelle mushroom. Loosely based off of the blue chanterelle mushroom. And so I really liked how it ended up turning out. So I decided that I really wanted to make this into a large piece. And I hadn't done a really large piece in probably 5 or 6 years. Actually, probably even longer for this size. This piece is, well, the paper anyway, is 19 by 20 inches. So it's pretty large. And so I decided I wanted to do something large. And I really wanted to incorporate the quick sketch that I did of this mushroom. And after looking through some stuff and thinking about it for a while, I decided I really wanted to do this fungi creature balancing on a branch. And so I took a picture of my sketch on my iPad and kind of figured out colors and kind of where I wanted everything to be laid out. And then from there, I sketched out the branch, the mossy branch, like really loosely onto the paper, kind of where I wanted it positioned and everything. And then I printed out the image of my fungi creature with the colors that I kind of roughly chose. And then cut that out so that I didn't have all this extra paper around it and I could kind of place my drawing on the paper and figure out where I wanted it to be. And then I got some carbon or graphite paper, whatever you want to call it. I'll link it in the description so you can check it out if you don't know what it is. I took the carbon paper and I taped that to my piece of paper with my fungi creature on it and then positioned it where I wanted it to be and taped that down onto my paper and then traced over it really lightly with a colored pencil so I knew where my lines were and where it had gone. And then I took that off, of course, and then from there I started coloring. When I do a color pencil piece, especially when it's a larger piece and not something small or just, for fun in the sketchbook, if it's something that I really want to keep nice and possibly sell in the future, I will use tracing paper and I'll put that underneath my arm and my hand so that I'm not smearing my color pencil all over the white surface that I have. And that way I can control the color a little bit better without completely smearing out all my whites and making everything look muddy and messy. I also used an X-Acto knife a lot for this piece. And that's not something that I use very often. I've probably used it maybe once or twice before in a piece. So I wasn't really super familiar with it. So as you'll see, basically, if you've never used this technique before, you do the best for what you can for like blocking out your colors and everything. But if you wanted to add a little bit more detail, you tilt your X-Acto knife so that it's not cutting the paper, it's just lightly scratching off the colored pencil that you laid down. So I use this technique a lot for the moss on the branch. So I just tip it on its side at an angle and lightly scratch off the colored pencil and then go over that area with the color that I wanted it to be so I could add a lot more detail into that moss. I learned a lot from that. Like I said, I only used it a couple times before, so I wasn't super familiar with it, and I'm pretty sure I only used it for like teeny tiny spots. Like I barely used it before on pieces, but it came in handy a lot on this piece. If you haven't tried it, you should. It's a fun technique. It's really cool. It takes a little bit to get used to. Not a whole lot though. So yeah, like I said, I did that all over the moss on the branch. And then from there, all I had left was my fungi creature. So normally when I do an art piece, I jump around like crazy. I am all over the place. Like I get bored of a spot and then I want to color another spot. And I forced myself on this piece to get all of the green stuff done. First, I wanted to mainly get most of the background, blurry background done, and then I wanted to do the mossy branch, and then like underneath it where I still had a little bit of background because it's just easier to go that way. I want to get all of the green taken out and done with. And then I worked on the fungi creature. So the fungi creature, like I said, is based off the blue chanterelle mushroom, very loosely based. I like to take little bits and pieces of mushrooms and incorporate them into my creature designs and then kind of add my own flair to them. I mean, that's art. You make what you want out of it. And so I did that with this piece, obviously. You can see when I do the first foot that I was going to add a lot more detail to it, and then later on decided that I had enough detail in the background and on the branch, and I just needed some contrast. And so I smoothed things out quite a bit, which I think actually worked for the piece better than what I was thinking originally. And because I did that, it went way faster than I thought it would. And I actually really like how this piece turned out. If I changed anything, I'd probably make the fungi creature a little bit bigger, maybe even the branch a tiny bit bigger. It does seem like the background is maybe a little more dominant than I wanted it to, but it also kind of just feels like it's something that you captured on a whim and it wasn't completely posed. I don't know, maybe I'm just making stuff up. But anyway, this was a really fun piece. I had a lot of fun doing something a bit larger than I have in the past, but I am also very happy that it's over with. Like I said before, I get really bored with things. I really love doing detail to a certain point, and then I get sick of it, and then I want to move on. And so that's probably why I do a lot of smaller pieces, is because I can get through them quickly and then move on to the next idea. But it was really good to switch it up and do something large again. Like I said, it's been a long time since I've done that, and I actually really like how it came out. This piece was a very, very long piece. I sped it up a lot. This is over 60 hours of work. That's just a rough guesstimate. I'm sure it's even more than that. But yeah, the files were so large for this. I had so many files of this drawing, and I tried to work on it as I was going because I can only record in like 30-minute increments, because then after 30 minutes my camera automatically shuts off, which kind of explains why there's like jumps in some of the areas and kind of movement in the position of where the camera is pointing at. I apologize for that, by the way. It's just my setup that I can afford right now. Eventually down the line, I would like to upgrade. I literally have the camera up on a tripod and it's right behind my chair, and I'm just kind of tucked in this tiny little spot. So if I move my chair in just the slightest way, sometimes it bumps the tripod, and which, you know, moves the camera, of course. And I don't always notice that right away. I try to realign everything, but it's not perfect. Also, by the way, my table is not dirty. If you notice that, I'm not a dirty person, guys. I had these. They're like folding tables. I had them down in the basement of our house over last winter and the summer because I had plant starts on it for the garden, and it kind of stained the table. So they're kind of just, the stains are stuck on there obviously, and I can't get them off. So it just kind of makes my table look dirty, and I didn't realize that I had that in view. I should have checked first and put something down so it was a little bit more aesthetically pleasing. But I can't do anything about that now, so oh well. I mean, yeah, so I don't really have a whole lot more to talk about, so I'll probably just leave you with some music and the rest of the recording. Thank you for spending this time with me, and I hope you all have a beautiful, wonderful day. Thank you. Bye!
Maybe I've been going nowhere lately. It's time to start all over and go for it. 'Cause they don't even know me yet. But that's something I don't regret. Every night I close my eyes and see only lavender dreams, baby. What can I do when a million things are running through? Million things I can't undo. I just sleepwalk, I just sleep talk. That's all I got. What can I say with a million things I can't erase? Million people I can't save. I just sleepwalk, I just sleep talk. Don't wanna wake up. Tell me that you can see what I see, feeling wrapped up in the warmth of Sunday memories. But I don't even know what's next. But all I know is step by step. But then again, I don't wanna wait for bliss when all I really need is only lavender dreams, baby. What can I do when a million things are running through? Million things I can't undo. I just sleepwalk, I just sleep talk. That's all I got. What can I say with a million things I can't erase? Million people I can't save. I just sleepwalk, I just sleep talk. Don't wanna wake up. Million things I don't know what to do. What can I say with a million things I can't erase? Million people I can't save. I just sleepwalk, I just sleep talk. Don't wanna wake up. What can I do when a million things are running through? Million things I can't undo. I just sleepwalk, I just sleep talk. That's all I got. What can I say with a million things I can't erase? Million people I can't save. I just sleepwalk, I just sleep talk. Don't wanna wake up. Million things I don't know what to do.
Soon after the sun is up,
before the day is over, I will be yours. Loose laughter softens up tension in my shoulder. Let's take a walk, let's go get lost. You know I can't go alone. From the north side pavement, and of course I gave it. You know I can't go all alone. We could stay home, but we might regret not getting outside yet. It's such beautiful weather. I could go out on my own. That would be a shame. Be a lot better if you came along. You know I can't go all alone. From the north side pavement, and of course I gave in. You know I can't go all alone. When I wake, the moon's still fading in the sky. There are shapes around the room. A man made out of clothes on a chair, and I look to him for all my greatest life advice. And he holds me when I'm scared, and he takes all that I fear. What if all I have? What if all I've had has been for nothing? Nothing. When I wash myself, I close my eyes or stare at the ceiling with its cracks. Lucky I can't break my mother's back from here. And when the bells are tolling down the hill, asking me to free my will, I refuse to hear the shrill of it. What if all I have? What if all I've had has been for nothing? What if all I Sometimes I wonder what you're thinking.